Yeah, I mean, I haven't really, looked into it that much, other than just going back and watching the film. Like you said, I thought I did a really good job of maneuvering in the pocket and understanding where my outlet throws were. If I were to get pressure or if things were to break down, just able to, get the ball in my guys' hands and allow them to get some yards in those situations. Whereas, I agree. I feel like, with a healthy, mindset, there was some situations where I probably would have just ran and probably could have got some similar yardage. But, that's just something another thing that I've been working on for a very long time. I just feel like I haven't really had the opportunities to really showcase it yet. I felt like, last year in the OU game, that I was really starting to click and get a good feel for that, and same for Texas Tech before I got hurt. And then obviously have a limited year this year too, thus far. So I feel like that was just, honestly something I've been working on for a very long time, and it kind of just got brought to light. And with the situation at hand, I think kind of helped me a little bit do that. But, it's just something that I got to continue to build on and understand. I know my legs are a big part of my game, but I can hang in there and make some throws, and I have a lot of confidence in myself to do so.
Do you feel, Skylar, like you're more comfortable being able to run the ball after having an off week to rest up a little bit and get that healed up?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I'm getting better every day, truly, and I'm still attacking the rehab, and it's gonna be a year of. I mean, in the whole season, I'm gonna be in there just continuing to strengthen that thing up and just continue to build confidence. But yes, it's feeling better every day, and the more that I get around and move around, the more confidence I'm building in it. And having a week off to still practice and build that confidence has helped a lot, and having some time off to rest as well. So that was good.
You mentioned you kind of had a lot of limited football. You played some last year, just some in the offseason, beginning this year. Are you still trying to find that chemistry and timing with some of your receivers because of that missed time?
I don't feel that at all. I feel like we've done a good job. I felt like yes, there were some plays here and there that wish we would have connected on last week, but for the most part, I felt like the Oklahoma game was the best, just communication-wise, that as an offense we've had with each other, and being on the same page. In between drives, guys, talking about the way guys are playing them, what coverages they're seeing, because I mean, a lot of times I'm reading. We have progression reads, we have split field reads, all that type of stuff. So there's some times where I'm just reading one side of the field and not seeing what's happening on the other side. So based off what I see pre-snap. So, having that communication and dialogue between Phil and Malik, like, hey, this is how they're playing me. If you do read this side, like, this is how I'm going to run this thing, and I'm going to be open, and that is the next level that we've been trying to reach for a long time in our passing game. And I feel like that really helped us in that aspect, and something we just got to build off of.
You guys are 0-2 in the conference right now. You might have played the two best teams in the conference so far. But how much urgency or importance is it put on this game that kind of adds to the value of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge game, and I understand, our team understands that in this conference, I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, everybody is really good. And, Iowa State's a really good football team, and every week we're going to have to bring it and play very good football in order to win. And we understand that, this is just another test that's going to be very challenging for us. And, in all honesty, we haven't put a lot of thought into being 0-2 in conference, and, talked about that a lot. It's truly, we believe we're a good football team, and, that we've played good football. We just there's 3 or 4 plays in a ball game that determine whether you win or not, and we have to make those plays. And just the value of the importance in that is something that we just have to control by the way we practice, by the way we approach every single day, and control the little things. 'Cause that's ultimately what creep up to beat you. and we feel like we've beat ourselves in those two games by just not making those plays and not hammering in on little details at times that kind of bite us in the butt. So it's something that we just gotta focus on going into this game and play K-State football. And we know that if we play K-State football, we play for each other, play as one, that we can be very successful.
You've been involved in some memorable games in this series, Skylar. When you think Iowa State, what comes to mind?
I just think a lot of fun. First and foremost, I mean, my first game I played against them was probably one of my favorite games here at K-State. And, just over the years, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a very physical game. I feel like we're very similar programs in the way that we do things, fan bases, everything university-wise I feel like is very congruent to one another. And, I've got to I went to the Manning Passing Academy this summer and got to be really good friends with Brock Purdy. We spent a lot of time together in the airport and traveling together and, just sharing those memories between each other and, hearing his perspective of things and that kind of stuff was really enjoyable. And like I said, we got to be really, really good friends, stay in contact still. So, I know he's a good competitor too. And, Brees Hall, all those guys, they're good. They're good guys. Brees Hall reached out to me after the game last year and checked in on me, asked me how my injury was going, like that type of stuff. Like that's it. They're good people. They're a good program, and we understand that it's going to be a very hard fought football game. So that's what you want, though. That's the most fun games. It's high competitive atmosphere. We know our fans are going to be loud and going crazy. Our fans and everybody in the stadium and town has been unbelievable every home game. I thought the OU game last week was one of the best crowds that I've experienced here as a player. So we look forward to having that back in the bill again and bringing that energy and just having a lot of fun.
This is a budding rivalry from the fans' perspective. Do you guys view Iowa State maybe as a rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, I know we do, truly. I think that, like I said, just there's so many similarities between our programs and universities that, the Farmageddon, all that stuff, I think we take some pride in winning this game, and I know our fan base does, and it means a lot to us, yes.
You talked about similarities between the programs. Your defense, there's some similarities with what you guys are running defensively. Does that help and prepare for them, the fact that you're going against maybe a more similar defense in practice?
Yeah, so so obviously our defense transitioned to a 3-down team, which is what Iowa State has ran for the past couple of years. And, in years past, playing these guys is a very unique defense. It's different than your traditional 4-3 structure type stuff. So whenever we did play these guys, throughout the week, scout team-wise, and you're seeing pictures that you don't see very often, and it's kind of hard for the scout team to kind of assimilate those pictures, and it's just different. And, for us and myself and our offense to have so many reps banked against this style of defense throughout fall camp and even throughout the season, we still have 7-on-7, good on good, and we still continue to see those pictures even throughout the week all season. And that it's not like a foreign language, going into this week. We have a good feel of where they're going to be at and how they're going to play things. And I think that helps us game plan-wise going into the game more so than years past. And I know our guys and our receivers and everybody, we have a good feel of where their guys are going to be, which gives us confidence in our game plan.
How does Jared Urban add to the effectiveness of K-State offense?
He's a tremendous asset. I mean, obviously, Deuce Vaughn is a really good football player, and I think Joe just when he comes in there with fresh legs, and he runs with a lot of power, and he fights hard for every single yard, and I think that gives obviously gives Deuce a rest, but it also gives a different asset to the run game for our offense that is needed. So Joe, from day one, I've been a big fan of Joe Irving. He's a great guy, and I love being teammates and friends with him. He's always smiling and has a goofy personality that kind of took a while to show itself, but he's definitely came out of his shell a little bit here as of late, and I love to see him have success, because he's worked really hard to get there, and he's going to continue as we move forward to be a big part of our offense.
What type of maturity have you seen from him versus 2019?
I just think that he's just getting comfortable in his own skin, and a transitioning from high school to college for some people can be very hard. I mean, it's hard for everyone. I mean, truly, it just depends on how quickly you can adapt and get used to life away from home. And I think Joe has just got comfortable with that, and surrounding himself with good people and having a good mindset towards the game, and just maturing over the years, just getting older. I think that's the biggest thing for Joe, and you can definitely tell that it's impacted him.
Skylar, how tough was watching the game last year against Iowa State, particularly not being able to play in it as that was happening?
Yeah, that was, man, even just watching on film this year, it was, exactly how I remembered watching it from the booth. I mean, it was a really tough game. Iowa State played, unbelievable in all aspects of the game, and definitely handed it to us. And it's always tough, to be watching and not being able to do anything about it, and especially the feeling in the locker room after the game, with Briley and Noah and guys like that are just so frustrated and upset, and nobody likes to lose that way, and they definitely handed it to us. But it's all a learning experience for all of us, and I know our guys are very aware of the way they felt after that game last year, and hopefully that gives us a little spark going into this year's game.
Skylar, what's the dynamic been between you and Will Howard this season, going back and forth? How do you guys help each other? When it's you start one way, you can't start the next, and then you're back.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, me and Will are really good friends, and we've got to be really close throughout this whole process of last year going into this year. We have an unbelievable relationship, and we're roommates in the hotel night before games. We spend a lot of time together, and I've really got to know Will. He's really gotten to know me, and I think our relationship is very unique and special, and something that it's very hard to find, I feel like, in a quarterback room with guys that are competing. And like you said, our situation's been so unique with me being hurt, going back and forth, him starting some games and all that stuff. But, he's been one of my biggest supporters throughout this whole season. Before the Stanford game, just some of the words he shared with me of how I've impacted him, and, I'm not going to share everything he's told me, but and vice versa that I've shared with him. But we're all in this thing together, and we understand that the position that we play on this team is very crucial to our success, and we need to have a very healthy room of guys that are in it together, that have the same common goals for our team. And I've said it before, our quarterback room is phenomenal in that aspect. We're all in it together. We all support one another. We're all here for one another to learn and grow. And, with my position of being a guy that's been around for a while and has had a lot of experience, I've tried my best to mentor Will, mentor Jaron, Jake, everybody, and just try to spread the wisdom that I've learned throughout the years. And we've made phenomenal growth, and, just continuing to grow in that aspect, and just understanding that, obviously anything can happen. You just never know when your number can be called, or, what's going to take place. So, it's a great relationship that we have, and I'm a big time supporter of Will's, and I always will be, and I'll stand firm for him for as long as I'm standing. So.